Hello, Basehead family. Today we're going to talk about the Sundown Audio Yard Sale site. Most people order a couple things and they do a video of an unboxing and talk about how great their equipment is that they got from Sundown. This is going to be a little different because I have ordered a total of 37 things off the yard sale. There might actually be more. I just went through my emails to check. 37 was what I found over the last few years, and like I said, there might actually potentially be more. I just didn't find any more emails. So 37 items, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you that everything has been roses and peach cream. I'm going to talk about what I've learned, what's come that's been really good, what I've kind of maybe regretted, and maybe what you should consider when you order from the Sundown Audio Yard Sale site. Okay. First, I'd like to talk about there are a couple different things. There's really two categories: boxed items and surprise me. For a while, they did have loose items. Let's go to loose items. Maybe let me see if I can make this website a little bigger for you. Okay, so loose items. Once again, make it smaller. Perfect. Okay, so loose items, trade-ins from team and or other trade-ins, things that we tested around the shop, RMA returns that tested okay but replaced them with new item anyway, rejects from the build room that we don't have time to package, random items that we simply lost the packaging for and or original packaging damaged. There's also other things that have ended up in this category. Any sort of hybrids they've tested or played with, any sort of pre-versions, I should say, when they're trying to figure out how they want to build their subs and they order various things, have ended up in the site. And the loose items, a few years ago, were available to order, and you could order like motors and other stuff and things that were kind of built, like I said, as hybrids, non-standard parts, and so on. Now, the last, maybe in 2020, they switched those over to like surprise me's. It was around that time. May not be exactly around that exact time, but they switched all those loose items to surprise me's. And you ended up kind of with boxed items and surprise me's. Now, there is other things listed on here. The motor and basket, I haven't seen those in a few years. Loose items, I haven't seen those in a few years. There's merchandise though here, so if you are interested in getting some Sundown merchandise, this is a good option. And then here is some drop-in recones, so you can actually order drop-in recones direct from Sundown, along with a lot of their other sites. They're not Sundown necessarily affiliated, but Apex, Direction X, and so on. So back to this boxed items. I have ordered. Let's see here. Let me give you exactly how many boxed items I've ordered. I've had 14 box item orders and 26 total items between those 14 orders. And I will tell you right now, these all come, they tell you right here that they do not give you a warranty. They just test them, they work, and they send them out. For that reason, I've never purposely bought an amplifier off of this site. Amplifiers are always a little more sketch about them, a little more reserved about. And not only that, but if you catch an amplifier from another build house that uses Korean stuff, Korean stuff's basically kind of all the same, just different names on it. So there was a recent video out. I don't remember his name right offhand, but he did a video about that with the amplifiers, and I completely agree with him. The subs are different. The subs and the component speakers and so on, they really have a lot of R&D in them. Now, don't get me wrong, I know the Salt amps have a lot of R&D in them too, but there's not a huge difference in the amplifiers. So I don't buy the amps off of here, even though these are all about 40% off regular full retail price. for all this equipment here. But you get the amplifier in, and you do one thing wrong, and it's gone, it's toast. Now the sub, you really got to overpower it. It's like you know that you're pushing too much power to it. You can test it with the multimedes and everything. An amplifier, it's a lot easier to really damage an amplifier, in my opinion. Okay, so what kind of quality have I gotten from these boxed items off the yard sale site? I'll tell you right now. Almost everything has been golden. Everything has been, it's basically, I think personally they're B stock. A lot of other people mention that too. That's their B stock items that they have listed under the boxed items. So maybe a glue drip, maybe the motor got a little scratched because it was sitting on a surface and it got drug off the surface. Super minor stuff. The worst things I've seen, which is really the only things that I've been able to honestly see, I did order some LCS subs. Those are the low cost. Those are the cheapest subs you can buy from Sundown. And I ordered I ordered several, maybe 6 or 8 at the time. And 2 of them, when the temperature and the humidity was just right, if you pushed on the cone, you'd hear a little bit of voice coil scraping. When everything, like the moon's aligned, Jupiter aligned, and all that stuff. Like everything was just perfect. You could hear the voice coil scraping. But they played fine, never had an issue with them.